Great, great. That's better. All right. Welcome to the last class of week 4. We can get started. Let's give everybody else a chance to log in. 5 minutes, maybe. Yeah, five minutes or something. Okay. So until then, you guys should just feel free to talk, or ask me any questions. If you have any questions you need to ask me, go ahead. I can answer those questions. We can also decide what to do today. Erica was the only one who posted the version of one of the games we developed before. But more of you should absolutely, try to do these things. And what are we supposed to do today? I think what we can do is, we have to play, I think, more with loops and branching statements, basically more practice. So I think what we can do is take the code from last class, which I believe we didn't complete, and nobody completed either, right? I said, definitive, flesh out all the to-do things and post it in the forums, and nobody did it. So, well, it's come back to me. So we can do it in class today, and maybe we even extend it a bit more. We can add more bells and whistles, add more features within the constraints of what we're allowed to use. We can't use objects and things like that yet from next class, from week 6. But certainly we can play around with that code, extend it, more practice for things we already know. So we can keep doing it again and again and again, so that by the time we're getting to objects, we're pretty solid on all the basics. Anytime these new skills that we learn in sequence courses, and it is not only computer science, okay? Any course you do, even in other classes, if you're taking a sequence course, which is A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, things like that, 101, 102, and so on. It is important, even though you can pass 102 with a sort of not full knowledge of 101, right? So even if you can pass 2B without knowing all the details of 2A, but in order to get the most out of 2B, you need to be solid on 2A, right? And I think that is why people who invest the time in getting the basics really solidly nailed down have a much better chance of also nailing down the basics and nailing down the advanced stuff. Because otherwise the advanced stuff, most people will say, well, you know what, it's going to work because I'm missing some knowledge, but I'm pretty sure it'll work because it's all covered in 2A and I'll do this. No, you'll never get the full appreciation of the higher level algorithms and how these things work unless you are really solid on these things. That is why I think it is important to do these things. Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll start in a few minutes. Until then, if you have any questions, if you have any ideas too, right? If you have any ideas regarding what to do today, what we can code today, in addition to what I talked about, or instead of too. Right. So you can say, hey, let's do this. That's fine. Or if you just want to have a conversation amongst you guys, right? That is fine too. So go ahead, you can talk to each other, or you can ask me questions. I'm happy to answer them. Great. Is that so bright, Karthik? Is that light just shining right into your face?
No, I just got to get used to it now. waking up and everything.
I hope you just didn't, wake up from bed and, switch on the light.
Just gotta get used to it.
I got to do my 2A class now. All right. And no questions, no questions. Oh, you guys don't want to talk to each other, right? You can ask questions. You can even ask about which quest are you guys on? Is there anything in particular I should watch out for when I'm doing this, and so on. All of that is okay. We'll start at 8:10. Okay, well, maybe 8:15 even. I think we have time. 8:15. Let's say we have 5 to 7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes. You guys can just talk. Okay, how about I just unless you have a question for me, let me just turn the laptop around so I'm not here. Okay, you guys can talk amongst yourself, talk about quests. Don't get into the quest details of coding and all, but you can ask general questions about, hey, what's the key thing that I should know when I get into quest number 4, right? And can I use recursion in quest 4? Using recursion in quest number 4 is a sure way to go down the tubes, I think. But it's a good way to find out. So it's cool. You can try all these things, but you can ask your classmates what to do. And this is how I think also practice to get set up for 2B, especially if most of you are going to be doing my 2B section. Basically, it's going to be the same group of people. So you can establish a way of talking about quests and, generally getting a feel for how your classmates work, so that in 2B, where the quests are more challenging, you will be able to assimilate. You can ask a question and the other person will know what you're asking, even though it's not, phrased in a way that might make sense to the general public. The other person will know because you've been working together all the time since 2A, and they'll give you an answer, and it'll all be very nice. Okay, so feel free. Unless you have any questions, I'm going to turn the laptop around. Okay, so okay, good. All right, so talk to each other. We'll start in 6 minutes. Okay, 7 minutes. 7 minutes. That's 8:15. Okay, right. And Alexa, set a timer for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, starting now.
I kind of had a random question, I guess. I don't know if for anyone, I guess. But it's one, for quest 4, there's a bunch of mini quests all together. And then once your code passes the checkpoints, how do you know, how do you fix your code, I guess, to get more points if you can't see, it passed the checkpoint, so I guess it's structurally okay. So then if you're not getting full points, is it a formatting error or a small thing? I can't tell what I guess I would need to fix if I go back.
Does it show you the difference between what your code is giving and what they want?
No, it'll just, because it's for quest 4, it's back to back to back, right? So it's oh, you got I don't know, 2 or 3 points out of the 5, and it's all right, next check, next one. Is it supposed to?
I don't know. When I did it, I just did it one by one, one function at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able, maybe that's because that was the only one that could run. It would show me oh, there'd be one test case where it didn't pass.
Yeah.
And so I try to fix that one. But,
so but
yeah.
As soon as it passes all the test cases, it'll pop out the points.
Yeah.
Right. So my code goes through all it passes the test cases, but I still am missing some points. So I'm not sure is it a formatting thing?
I think that could be formatting or just some edge cases that the code isn't handling.
I know, but it's how do I figure that out if I don't I can't see what
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's no it's not giving me it failed this edge case. It's all right, missing some points, but the next one.
Yeah, I think maybe just comment out all the functions except one function and see if that might give you more detailed about what exactly is going wrong or what's not happening.
So I did that, or because I did that because I was getting issues with get AP and get GP, and
Mm-hmm.
I commented out Fibonacci, and then it was oh failed Fibonacci because I commented all out to like just return 0. But I guess if I comment it all out, it'll, I don't know.
I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
So yeah, as maybe I'll ask
Mhm.
Professor or someone. Thank you though, Namrata. That was really
Yeah.
helpful. Just like get some of my points back at some point, if it even, you know, eventually. What quests are people on? I feel like some people already finished like all of them. Or like close to the end.
Yeah, well, I'm also on quest 4, but then like I got to the point where like I can go to quest 5, so I don't know. Like I'll probably like try to finish like try to see like the rest of the quest 4 and then like check out quest 5 and
You know, that's literally where I'm at, where I'm like, I finished quest 4 and like I can go to quest 5. But like some of my points for quest 4 were a little like, oh,
Mhm.
like maybe I should have a little bit more before I move on. But also
Yeah,
like Professor was like, don't cry, you know, like
you can like if you like go through the end, then like everything unlocks, right? So you can always go back and
yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. But then I was like, wait, but like if I can't see the error messages, even if I go back, it's like how would I know to do anything different? Like, you know, how would I know what to fix?
yeah.
There's also like extra credit points for some of the tests. So if you like if you want to like make up or some of the quests, so like if you want to like make up some of like the missing like points, you can do it in like later quests.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Would have thought I'd been.
Okay, well, it looks like nobody is talking, so it seems that you know, I'm going to cut my timer short, and we can start, okay? And I don't think anybody new is going to join at this point. Well, if they join, they can, you know, catch up with what we're doing. All right, so here, I think here's my plan. Well, let's pick up the code that we wrote last class. Where's Charlene? Well, okay. Does anybody have the link to Charlene's code, or was someone coding with us, like Namrata was last class, or the class before? But does someone have the code that Charlene was coding last class? Anybody at all? Did anybody code in Paddle? Well, if not, we'll just do it by you know, we'll do it again. You have it, Erica?
Oh, she shared it, so I think Hannah just posted the link, maybe.
Oh, cool. All right, okay. Yeah, that's great. So we can just pick up that code and Alexa, stop the timer. So yeah, how about today? Who is going to code today, by the way? Was it Karthik? Karthik, where are you going to code today? You want to code next class? Next class?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. So all right. So who else? Who else wants to code today? Let's see. Elijah, I thought I lined up someone last class on Tuesday. Elijah, were you planning to code today? I think you raised your hand, right? Last time when I asked.
I don't think so.
Oh, you think so?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so? Then who was going to code today? Well, I don't know. Maybe I can see that Yu Yang, Minghua, Hana hasn't. Oh, I see. Antonio's got my microphone killed itself. Okay. Yeah, I think we have. All right. So these are the people that have first choice. First. What is it? Offer of. There is a term for this in business. First offer of refusal or something like that. All right, so these are the people who get to say no first, and if they say no, then we'll go on to people that have already coded. Okay, so I'm looking at Elijah, Yu Yang, Hana. You've coded, right? You've coded in class. No, you haven't. All right. No, but you can wait. You can wait. Okay. Antonio can't today because his microphone is bust. Okay. Minghua, Rijay, can you code?
Me? Perhaps. I think I
Yeah.
can.
Okay.
I think I
All
can.
right. Yeah. Why don't we do that? Okay. And then maybe next class we have Karthik, Minghua, Yu Yang, Elijah. One of you guys can volunteer to class. We'll code next week. Karthik, at least Tuesday or Thursday, one of those days. Okay, pick one of those days, and then you can code. And Elijah, can you code on Tuesday?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right, good. So don't be absent on Tuesday, okay? Just because you're going to code, you can say you can come to class and say I don't want to code. That's okay, right? But also, I think Sabrina maybe didn't code, but she can code next the week after. Maybe we'll have opportunities for everyone to code. Okay, I think it'll be fun. Okay, all right. So Erica will share that link, and then maybe Roger, you can pick up that link
Hannah shared it in the chat.
in the chat. Okay, and then you can share the screen, and then we'll go over the code because I need to refresh my memory to what we did last class, and then we'll start coding. What can we do? Oh, well, the first thing to do, or the first order of business, obviously, is to get it to work. We never got it to work, right? So let's do the whole thing and then play the game, right? We'll play. Was it a game? I don't know. We'll play it. We'll run it once, and then we'll have a chance to play it. What was it we coded? Not Price is Right. Something else. We'll find out. Okay. So when. Oh, testing visual reading speed. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I think it was finding the minimum in a matrix of numbers. So you get shown a matrix of numbers, and you got to say in 5 seconds you got to find out the minimum number in there, hidden in there. Yeah, I think that is cool. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to play that game today to see, if I can do it. Whenever you're ready, Rijay. Right?
Oh yeah. So now I share the screen.
Before you share the screen, make sure it's in a private or incognito browser.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll review the code. And if anybody has any questions at all about what's going on in the code, you can ask, okay? You can ask, hey, that part in the code, the first 5 lines after main, what's going on there? And things like that, you can ask, okay? So let's go to the top of main, maybe? Yeah. All right, okay. So what are we doing? We have a vector of numbers, and we're just pushing random numbers into I lost no further up we yeah, there you go. Yes, yeah. So we are I see. Yeah. So there's an infinite loop, and we're generating numbers, and we're pushing numbers, pushing these numbers between and what are the maximum numbers? What is the range of the numbers? 100. Okay. So they'll all be 2-digit numbers. Okay, good. 2 digits. Set width to. And then this will print out the matrix of numbers. Yeah. Okay. Good. And then we're going to find the minimum ourselves. The CPU will find the minimum on line 31. 31. Yeah, okay, not line 31, that part, that loop. The CPU will find the minimum, and after you find the minimum, you're going to print it out. Yeah, you're going to print it out, and then after you print it out, you're going to print the prompt and get. I see. Oh, you know what? I think we didn't print the prompt to ask the user. Okay, let's print the prompt. Oh yeah, I see. It was a to-do item and you guys didn't do it. Okay, so why don't we do it? Okay, unless one of you wants to call it out and someone else call out the code, that's okay too. It's just a cout statement. How about this? Okay, we want to print out the prompt, and the prompt should say something like, you have 5 seconds. No, all right. So the prompt should say something, okay? And phrase it in your own words. I think it should say, find a minimum of all the numbers below, and to win you have to do it in n seconds. I think time allowance seconds or something like that. Okay, so we can say that. So oh, I see you're waiting for me. Okay, all right. So what you want to type here is enter the minimum number in the following square, okay, or rectangle. Enter the minimum number in the following rectangle. You have rectangle, right? And then go on to the next line, /n, put a /n there. Yeah, no, that's not the /n. The /n cannot be outside of quotes. It should be inside of quotes. And okay, good. All right. All right. Now I put a full stop, a period after rectangle. Put a period after rectangle. No. After the word rectangle, put a full stop. Right now, on the next line, we want another cout line. No. A full stop is a period. A dot. Oh. Yeah. Right. So on the next line, we want one more cout line, and in that cout, we'll say, you have uppercase Y. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. You have, and then outside of the double quotes, you want to say, I think it is time allowance, right? What did we call it? Time allowance? Time allowance. Okay. You have time allowance seconds. Yeah, right. Time allowance seconds. Time allowance. Left shift, yeah, seconds, and then space seconds. Yeah, great. Okay. Time allowance seconds. To do it. To do it, right? You have time. I think so. That thing. Time allowance seconds to do it. Okay. I think, and then endl after that. I think endl. Right. And then you can also print the prompt right there. Okay. Cout, enter your guess. Enter your guess, question mark. Question mark. Yeah, question mark space. Right, and then no endl or anything. Put a semicolon there. Now let's tidy this up a little bit, okay? Including the language, because I think because we said enter here, we shouldn't say enter on the first line also. So on the first line where you say enter the minimum number, you can change that to from enter the minimum number to find the minimum number. Okay, find. Now don't say enter. Find the minimum number. Now also put spaces around the left shifts, right? So the left shift operators on both sides put spaces. All of the left shift operators, so it'll be cleaner.
Oh.
Yeah. Right, and there's one more. There's an embedded one inside. Before seconds. Yeah, there. All right. So yeah, two more actually. All right. So great. Okay. Now what you need to do is read the user's. Yeah. No. So you've printed it out. No blank line there now. Get rid of the blank line. And then what we want to do is, as soon as you print the, yeah, that's right. As soon as you print the prompt, we need to take the timestamp. Okay. So now take a line, further line 50, line 50. No, that's timestamps 2. Where's timestamp 1? Where are we calculating timestamp 1? Oh, there it is. All right. Can you cut that line 36? Cut the line 36. Yeah, triple click and cut. Triple click and hit Control X. Triple no. We want that line. Triple click. 3 clicks. 3 clicks. Pop, 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 like that. You know.
What is
3
that?
clicks. 3 mouse clicks on that line. Bam, bam, bam. All right.
Hmm?
No, not 4. 3. Only 3. Now hit Control X. Control X. All right. One more time. Backspace. One more time. Backspace. Get rid of the blank line. Now go to the line after enter your guess, right? Go to the line after enter your guess, right? Hit enter. Now paste and now triple click on the line, 3 clicks, 3 clicks, 3 clicks and then paste. 3 clicks, you should get that entire blue band after 3. Yeah, all right, good. Right. So now we got timestamp 1 equals. All right, great. Now let's put a comment on the end of line 44, right? Line 44. Is, well, do we need a timestamp? No, we don't need a timestamp there because, you know, it's very clear. It says timestamp 1. Okay, now first check of the, all right, now we need to get the user's guess. Okay, so we need to get the user's guess. So do we have a variable for users getting the user's guess? Yeah, you can do. In fact, you know, yeah, there you go. I think that's good. You can actually declare the variable there too, right? You don't have to declare all of the variables in main at the top. This is also good. That's great. Okay. Right. I put spaces on both sides of the equals. That'll be nicer. User guess equals 0. And in fact, we don't need to assign 0 because we're going to read it in. But it's okay. You know, it's good practice in many cases. You can get rid of the blank line. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. So now you want to do C in right shift into user guess, right? Again, put spaces around the operator. Okay, all right. Now, as soon as the user's guess has been given, now you get the timestamp one more time. Get the timestamp. So what you want to do is cut lines 52 and 53. Cut lines 52 and 53, and put it above, or even yeah. All right, you have to put it above the comment, or take the comment and put it below that. So we want that to be, yeah, there you go, right? And then put a blank line after the CN line. After put a blank line after CN. Okay, all right, nice, very nice. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is find out if the user's guess was equal to the minimum, real minimum. Yeah, yes or no? So yeah, there you go. Yeah, Roger already knows what to do. So although he's typing ahead and all, I want to make sure that everybody's on board. Okay, so please speak up, raise your hand, or say something if what we're doing here is not clear. Okay, I know that a lot of people, a lot of you in class can follow this code and actually write this too. I want to repeat this, right? And in fact, it's good that lots of people can do this, but I'm worried about the ones who cannot do it. Okay, because I want them to stick with us. There's no fun, right? There's no fun in week 7 or week 8, and the class only has like 10 or 15 students. Yeah, right. And well, the class could have 35 students or 40 students, but only 10 or 15 are actually there engaged. And that usually happens in many of these challenging courses. As the weeks go on, the number of students who are engaged, they're quiet quitting. It's like they say out there, the students also do quiet quitting. Quiet quitting is when you don't quit your job, but you go to your work and not actually do your real work, but chat with people. And so it's quiet quitting happens in classes too. Because the first week, many students think, yeah, I'm going to master this subject because everybody's doing really cool stuff with computer science, or all right, I'm going to do this. But then as the weeks go by and the subject gets more and more challenging, many students just check out mentally, because it's also because they're doing other courses and they may find interesting things in other courses, right? And they all don't come at the same time, unfortunately, right? So maybe you're doing a really, really interesting module in physics, and that comes at a different time. And so people could say, I'm going to take a break from thinking about computer science, and I'm going to focus on physics or math right now, because that's really interesting. It's grabbing my mind. And that is where I think we have to exercise a discipline and say, well, it's really good, but I'm going to save it up, right? I'm going to save up the interesting math problem or proof for after I finish my computer science assignment. And I think that will be Very nice. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
So you have it.
Charlene, you're back. Okay. All right. We were asking, we just picked up your code that you shared, and I think Erica shared the link, and then we're working through that code. Charlene, are you here? Is your microphone working now? Can't hear her. Okay. All right. Well, I'm hoping that Charlene can hear us. Okay. Okay. All right. But we'll find out. Okay. So if user guess equals min, and also, Rishi, I put spaces on both sides of the double equals, right? So it'll be cleaner.
You really
Now,
do that.
yeah, no, it's just practice. It is, it is just practice. It'll just come with practice, right? So when you start programming in Swift, for example, right? So I think, I think I suggested, one of Johanna to start learning, Swift because for an extra credit project. Because Swift has these other different weird rules because in Swift, the aesthetics of the program are also enforced, right? Because, in many of the programming languages, they say, we don't care how your program looks. When it runs, the user should have a good experience. The screen should be laid out nice and all, okay? But in Swift, they said, well, it's not only the user, even the programmer, because the programmer spends a lot of time coding for the user. Even the programmer should have a good experience. So if you write a Swift program, even the program should look good. So when you go to program in Swift, and you have, imbalanced spaces on both sides of operators, the Swift compiler will say, no, I can't compile this program. That is real punishment for someone who's complaining about C++ and saying, hey, size T, it's not it's not letting me pass with a size T instead of an int. All right, you go and program in Swift. It won't let you pass with a space there, instead of no space, okay? I think that was the case when I was playing around in Swift. It's been such a long time, many, many years. And I don't think that, knowing Apple's, I can't say knowing, being familiar with Apple's way of doing things, unless they've changed, I think that enforcement will still be there, okay? So Swift will say that your programs will have to look good as well as work good. Okay, so if equal to min, so here's the thing, okay? Now, if the guess is equal to the minimum, we don't have to do anything because we got one more check to do. Yes? Rishi? Yeah, so what we can do is instead of checking user guess equals min, we can actually check if user guess is not equal to min, then you can print the message and exit the game. Yeah. So if user guess is not equal to min, so is everybody okay with what Rishi is just doing now? Right? We're not doing if, so we just inverted the condition and thereby just got rid of the else altogether. And we only have one because we need to have one more condition there. Okay, great.
I do have a question.
Let's see. Yeah, sure.
So is it better to use the return 0 in there to break it or to use break, or does it really matter?
Very good question. Very good question. Okay. Now, I think it is largely a matter of the structure of the program, meaning that if you had a return 0, and right there, the things that I would ask if I was a programmer, if I put a return 0 in there, is first of all, I would say, is the return 0 right in there? Meaning that, is it okay to just return like that without printing a message? At the end, or thank you or something like that, some generic at the end. So then I would break out of the loop. The next question I would ask is that in where is the return happening in the context of the big program, right? If the program is like this big and you're returning somewhere here and here and here and here, then the program is basically screwed because the program it could go away, it could leave at any place, and you don't know what's going on. It's harder to debug if that way, right? So if it's a small program and it's clear what's going on, then you can have a return there, right? Now, in this particular case, I'm going to say, let's not have a return there. Let's do a break, okay? Like Erica suggested. So let's do a break because at the end, we want to say thank you for playing the game and so on. However, we still want to print a message, right? And the message should be not printf, okay? Let's get rid of the printf and all. So instead of that thing that you have in a block comment, get rid of that. We'll put a cout statement there, right? We'll put a cout on line 55. Okay, let me change my glasses too because maybe I can increase the size. No, that's all. There's no more students. Okay, so I can actually increase the size of the font a bit more. Yeah. Great, fantastic. Okay, so let's go to line 55. Reject. So and then get rid of those two lines. Triple click. Yeah, and then let's get rid of that and put a cout. You can delete that and put a cout there. Let's not use printf, okay? Printf, it works in C++ for sure. And there are places where you will actually say, I want to use printf, okay? Very rare. But see, printf is really from C. Okay, it is powerful. It is really powerful, and it is making a comeback. Lots of professional programmers I know are also using printf in certain places now. We instead of using cout, because the printf is succinct, nice, short, and all, but it's not beginner friendly in many ways. Okay, because printf has its own language, how you format and things like that. That it takes a little while to learn, and it's not complex. It's just lots of things to remember.
You mean
Okay?
this is not good, right? Because
Yeah,
I
let's
learned
not
that
use.
back in high school. That's my
Yeah,
teacher told me
maybe you
that this is quicker.
maybe you
So
learned that in C.
I usually use it.
Rajay, when you learned that, was it C or C++?
C++.
C++,
Since
huh?
in high school, the teacher told me that this is quicker than C, and this is really quicker.
In high school, was it in high school?
Yeah, in
APCS?
high school, some
APCS?
no, in some algorithm competition. That's
I see.
using C. Yeah.
So it is quicker. That is correct. Okay,
Yeah.
it is faster for many reasons. However, I still discourage students from using that. CS2A, right? There are places where you can use it in 2B, 2C. Also, you'll find out places to use it. 2A, I discourage students from using printf, even though it's faster, for various reasons. Okay, so let's not use printf now. Thank you. Right, cout, and let's not just say sorry, and spaces on both sides. Again, spaces, it's just practice. You have to do it like 100 times, and after that you'll automatically put spaces. Okay, spaces on both sides. Now don't just say sorry, because again, this is a mark of good programs. Now programs that you're writing for friends, for yourself, or for classmates in class, you say simple, sorry, done, exit. All right, that's good. But when you go on to writing real programs in the out there in the real world for people, you can just say sorry and exit, right? If you start a program, if you paid $59 from Microsoft, okay, and you fire it up, and it basically just sorry and exit, we won't buy the program again. Yes. So we want to always tell the user. We want to tell the user, well, before we exit, we want to be kind to the user, right? Kind to the user, right? There's 3 kinds of kindness, okay? 3 kinds of kindness will get you to the end of computer science, programming. 3, we got to be kind to 3 things, okay? The first thing you got to be kind to is basically the user, right? Most important thing, whenever you write a program, always have the user in mind. You can't say, hey, user, get lost, okay? If you say that, nobody's going to use your program. Because technically you can say that, right? If something is wrong and the user says, I'm going to enter a string instead of a number, and you don't get the right answer, you can say, hey, I can understand you, get the hell out of here. And your program is dead right there in tracks. Okay, so you got to be kind to the user. Always think about what the user is doing, and put yourself in the shoes of the user to see if can the user get what they are asking without having to do extra work. Meaning that sometimes you may say your program died. If you want to know what's going on, enter what's going on. Okay, and then the user says enter. They'll say enter what's going on. Why did my program die? And then you can say, well, because you asked, it died because you were comparing to a negative number or something like that. That is a pain, really. Even though you gave the information to the user, you're making the user do extra work. Yes. So always, if we put ourselves in the shoes of the user, we'll say, well, how can we make it easy for the user so that they know without having to do any work? They know. So we have to be informative in our user messages. That is being kind to the user. The second thing to be kind to, right? If you want to be a successful programmer, second thing to be kind to is fellow programmers, okay, who may not be working with you today. Your fellow programmers may not be your classmates, right? You may write a program, but maybe 10 years afterwards, someone out there could say, I was browsing the internet for an interesting program to do something, and I found something written by this coder 10 years ago. In the comments, I can see his name was Rujay Zhang, right? And he wrote that, but it's exactly what I want. Okay. However, they download it, they read the comments and say, this is what your program is going to do. Maybe it'll do drag and drop in your interface. But you say, very hard to understand the program, right? And because there's no comments and in fact, the code is obfuscated. That means even though the program was kind to the user, it was not kind to fellow programmers. The fellow programmers, you need to be kind, meaning put yourself in the shoes of the fellow programmer who is going to try and understand your code when you're dead, okay? 5,000 years later, someone resurrects your program and say, I want to understand what that program is. Now you got to fill their shoes and say, can that programmer take my program and make changes to it and release it? easily without having to do a lot of work. So being kind to the program. Choose the second kind of kindness. Okay, what is the third kind of kindness? The third kind of kindness is that the programmer has to put themselves in the shoes of the CPU. Okay, right? So you got to put yourself in the, because and that comes in CS2C. And maybe does it fit into 2A, 2B, 2C? Because in 2A, you're trying to write programs. Well, it's good, but got to be good to the user. 2B, maybe you're writing programs where the programs are more complex and you're going to be sharing, logic and pseudocode with other people. So you got to be kind to those people too, right? 2C is where you got to be kind to the CPU. What does it mean to be kind to the CPU, right? So many times you can have a program. And question number 4, Fibonacci is a great example. Okay, guys, Fibonacci is a great example of of how you can be kind to the CPU, right? Hey, Rushi, just hang in there. Okay, don't type ahead because other people may be listening to me and they may not see what you're typing. Okay, right. So being kind to the CPU is there's something that needs to get done, right? I need to calculate the Fibonacci 50-second Fibonacci number. Okay, now. All of the humans, we humans are not going to calculate it. This computer is going to calculate it. It's an unfeeling beast. Okay, it doesn't have any feelings. So I can basically tell it to do anything, right? So even though I have something to calculate the 50-second Fibonacci number, and it's going to be using a lot of CPU cycles, crunching through my CPU fan goes on, I can hear it. Okay, it's crunching through, and lots and lots of electricity is being consumed, but it'll still get the answer. And it's going to get the answer in 5 minutes instead of 5 milliseconds, right? But I don't care because I only need the answer in 5 minutes. So in that case, does it make sense to run the program and to get the answer in 5 minutes because you don't care, right? Because you got to do this and go and do something else and then come back and after 5 minutes and get the answer. Okay. However, you could do it. You could have done it in 5 milliseconds, right? A smaller program, more efficiently written, could have done this in 5 seconds, whereas the larger program is also getting you the same answer, but it's taxing the CPU, right? It is using the CPU a lot more than it should, right? It is using a lot more memory and taking away a lot of memory from other programs. And so it is unkind to the CPU. Yes, because your programs should also make the CPU do the least amount of work possible. Okay, that is something that you learn in CS2C. That basically wraps up. After you master CS2C, you're actually set up to be a professional programmer out there. If you're a top CS2C person, I would hire you, right? Even though I wouldn't look at your resume, not just meaning that you passed all the courses and all, displayed real understanding, what's going on, helping other people, right? That gives me a 360 view of you as a programmer and a human being too. Because I would say, well, that person is doing all the right things, writing all efficient code, and also being kind to fellow programmers, and I can look at their code. Right, and I look at their code. It's friendly to users, friendly to programmers, and they're friendly to everybody, and the CPU, right? Efficient. So that is enough for me to make a hiring decision. But other than having the person come over for a coffee just to make sure they are personable and all, but that is key information. And so in 2C you will learn, and when you are done with these 3 levels of kindness, you're pretty much set. Okay, so that is basically what you should aim for, I think, every programmer. So here, what we want to say is, alas, we can make it sound nice and all, right? Alas, exclamation mark, alas, capital A, alas, ALAS. Rouge, yeah, you can type alas and exclamation mark, space. No, I think people usually put an exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is that bang sign. Shift one. Right, space. Your minimum is not quite right. Right, you say your minimum is not quite right. Not quite right. Right. All right. Full stop and all. Okay. Now you can break. Now, because you're breaking, let's get out of the while loop and put that thing there. Oh, you already have. Thank you for playing Mini. Great. Okay. Excellent. All right. So now we've done that. Now we want to see if the elapsed time, right? We want to see if the elapsed time is less than. Right. Put spaces on both sides of the greater than. Elapsed time greater than. Right. And also see out right number, but quicker. Sorry. Who wrote that? Was it Charlene? Did you change the message, or was it written? This is the thing that was actually written by Charlene last time. Where's Charlene gone? She's gone. She disappeared.
Ruji just wrote that.
What happened? Sorry. Oh,
You mean
Rishi.
this?
She wrote that.
You mean this? I wrote this 2 minutes ago.
Oh, but you know, I vaguely remember Charlene also wrote something there with a sorry at the end. Maybe it was something else.
She wrote
Yeah,
the very last one.
Yeah,
but
this
thank you
the
for that.
very last one is
Oh, I see.
Tuesday's work.
Okay. All right. So now you can say where you say a right number. Let's make that a proper sentence. Okay. You got the right number, but it was too slow, right? You got the right number, but you should have been quicker or something like that. You know, you got the right number, but be quicker. That's fine. And then the sorry needs to be capital S and then a period after that. Right. Okay. Good. And then if the code reaches this point, it returns. It means both conditions were right. Yeah. Okay. Now what you can do is print hooray. You got the hooray. See out. And then space left shift space left shift space. Yeah. All right. And you can say hooray. That was it. Let's try something harder. Okay. So you say hooray. That was it. Let's try something harder.
What is hooray?
Oh, H-O-O-R-A-Y. Well, obviously you haven't been getting a lot of trophies. Because all of the trophies in the question say hooray, you got a trophy.
I know, but yeah. I have a question here. That's
yeah.
Do you know what is the maximum of the trophies? I think it's not 180, right?
Sorry, what is the maximum of?
Yeah, what the maximum of the trophies? Since
I
got more than
I got
more than 180.
Let us know. Right.
I think it's not.
I really don't know. Because over the last several quarters, I've gone inserted more trophies here and there, and then I did test them, but I don't know if I've got all the things there, so I don't know, right? But I know the minimum, right? I know you can at least get 190, right? You can at least get 190 total altogether in 2A.
Oh yeah.
Right. There may be more because I sprinkled more trophies here and there. So anyway, so you say hooray. That was right. Now let's try something harder. Harder. All right. Now get rid of the exclamation mark after right. Right. Hooray! Exclamation mark. But that was right. And that should be a period. That should be a period. All right. Now after the C out. Oh, you did a plus n. What is n, by the way? What is n? What is a variable n? N is the n is the size of the matrix. N is the size of the matrix. Okay, yeah. Okay. So now in the next round, you'll have 6 by 6. This is 26, 36 numbers. And the round after that will be, 49 numbers. Okay, so it'll start getting harder and harder. Okay, plus n, and then it goes back to the top of the loop. I think everything is there. Now. We should be able to, hey, I want to see if, we put two new lines after that hooray, the last line, right? Two new lines there. You can put a /n after. Yeah, okay. Right, so spaces around the two. All right, so I think that would look better, right, from the user's perspective. I think it's there to it's ready to go. So before you run it, you're too impatient to say. Right? That's the I was saying, don't run it. Let's run it in our head first. Okay. All right. So what does it say there? What is the message? I not declared. Okay. So where is it? Do you want me to fix it, or you guys want to fix it? Okay. How about I don't fix this error? Maybe there's going to be more errors like this, more red ink. How about I give you guys 5 or 10 minutes, okay? 5 minutes. You just need to find all the errors like this, the red ink, and fix it. If there's an error that you cannot fix, call me and I will fix it for you. It's not that I don't want to fix it and I'm lazy and all. Obviously, yes, I want to fix it, but I want to give you a chance to fix it because it's only by fixing bugs that we get, computer science knowledge. It worked. There was only one error. Was there only one error? Hey, Ruja, you're just playing the game without all of us.
Yeah, it's only one error, I think.
All right, okay.
I just
All right, okay.
tried to
What
test
was that,
it.
by the way? What was that? Why was the error there?
Somebody in Tuesday perhaps type in this after the if. So here the
Oh, you had a semicolon. You had a semicolon there.
Yeah, so here is the only one I think only one
I
comment
see.
that, and there's no the bracket. So
Oh, curly braces were missing.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
so here,
Thank
so
you.
for this one, the I is not there's no I.
Got it.
Actually.
Right. Did everybody understand? No, go back to that. We'll make it cleaner. Did everybody understand what Ruja was saying? Yeah, because there was a semicolon and no curly braces. Only the first one attached to this for and or the if, and the next one fell out. So what we'll do is just break it out into two lines, right? Just break it. If the if statement, make the min belong to the if on the next line, right? But go to the min, the word min before a min, and hit enter. Yeah, hit enter.
Hit enter.
How does, so you could put it all in one line like that? Like that would still work? Even though it's two
Compiler
different.
doesn't care. In fact, in C++, you could put the entire program in one line. The whole program could be in one line. Back in the day, right? When I was learning C++, very long time ago, you can Google for it, I think. C, not even C, no, C++. There used to be an international competition, and it was called the Obfuscated C code competition, right? Obfuscated C code competition, right? OBFUSCATED. Obfuscated means take something that is easy to read and make it really hard to read. That's what obfuscated means. So, so there used to be really creative entries people used to submit, and the winners were incredible, right? Because they would submit programs that were not only doing something really good, like one of them was a complete C compiler. Someone wrote a C compiler in C, and the program itself was laid out like I don't know, like a seashell or a Donald Duck or something like that, right? So you look at it, it doesn't look like a program. It looks like ASCII art with but if you compile it, it'll compile as a C compiler. So people spent a lot of time just doing creative stuff, fun stuff, like in participating in the obfuscated C code challenge, where they would basically create programs that are hard to read, but actually syntactically and do the right thing and all. So all right, so you did put it on two lines. All right, great. Now increase the size of the console and all. We can play this game together. Increase the size of the console altogether. And increase the size, the blackboard. Drag it up. Yeah.
Hang on, I have a question.
Hey, Sabrina, yeah, go ahead. Hey, Ruja, you need to get the code back in view. Sabrina has a question.
Well, I think it's just with mine. I'm trying to run it too, and then my error is saying break statement not in the loop or switch statement.
Oh, I see. Break is not in the loop. Well, that's which line number is it, Sabrina?
It's 55 and 63.
Oh, both of them.
Wait,
both of them.
I'm sorry, 56 and 63.
All right.
Here,
56.
wait.
Yeah. So both the breaks. So which means it seems that you don't have a while true. Do you have a while true?
Wait, where's
we have one. We have one.
Yeah, on the outside.
No, Sabrina.
Wait,
Sabrina, do you have line 16? No,
Yeah, I have
had line 16 up.
Yeah, I have line 16.
Okay, now, do you have a curly brace after the while?
Yes.
Now, where is the matching curly brace for that, right? That curly brace there, where is it closing?
It's closing after the C out end of line 28.
Line 28?
Oh, it shouldn't be there, huh?
The whole
Yeah.
thing is inside the while loop.
Oh, okay. I get
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, where should my curly brace go now? Oh. It should go at the end of the second if, right?
The last curly
That's
brace
right,
should go right before the C out. But thank you for playing, Minnie.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
All good now? All good?
Yes.
Right? Is
Good.
everybody else okay too? Before Ruja runs it, and we're all going to play, okay? Not just Ruja. He's just playing the game on his own, right? We're all going to play it, okay? Don't enter any numbers. Now, is everybody okay? Everybody, I'm going to go around, okay? Yu Yang, you good? You good? Yu Yang, can you hear me? Yu Yang. Yu Yang, can you hear me? Hi, he's wearing headphones and all, and he's not responding. Yu Yang, can you hear me? Oh, wow. What's going on? Is he watching a YouTube video or something? All right, okay. I don't know. Someone has to reach out to him, okay, and say, hey, Yu Yang, what the hell is going on? Elijah, you good?
Yeah, of
What about Jay? Jay, you good? Jay, have you got a copy of this code also? Have you also got a copy of this code?
Yeah, I have everything.
Great, great. Okay. If you don't understand anything in the code, you should ask, and then we'll go over it. Okay. Namrata, I think you're good. Yes, you're good. Hana, I think you're good. Mingwa, you good? All right. Karthik, good. Okay. Mohammed. Okay. Sabrina is. I just said she was okay. Antonio, you good too? And Yuhao. Great, great. Okay. All right. Now we're all going to play this game. Okay. So increase the size of the black console. All right. So now let's run it. Oh, those are numbers. Oh, we didn't. Let's do some one small cosmetic detail before we play this game again. Can you go back to the code? Right. Where you say find the minimum of the following numbers. Where is it? Where do you find the minimum? Where you print find the minimum of the following numbers? No, where you print it, where you print the prompt, right?
I think here.
No, print the prompt. Where do you print the prompt saying find the minimum?
That's
No, up.
yeah. Oh, here. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Right? No, just triple click the line and cut it. No, that and the next line, right? Both of those lines, cut it. Oh, you need to stop and then cut those lines. No, we don't want to comment it out. Cut it out. Right? Cut. Put it in your clipboard. No, both of them. You know, put it back. Command Control Z. Put it back. Right? Yeah. Now, select both of those lines. That line and the next line. Right? Both of those lines.
This.
Yeah. Right. Cut. Yeah. All right. Now, go to the top.
Before.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Line. Yeah, exactly. Now, find the minimum. Right. Okay. Now, also at the very top, before you enter the while loop, right? Right? Let's print something, right? Hit enter. Right. Now say cout, welcome to Mini, right? Welcome to Mini. Yeah, welcome, and then spaces around the operators and all. Welcome to Mini, and then 2 new lines after that, and yeah, welcome to Mini. Mini, MINNIE. Right? And then two new lines will be nicer. 2 new lines. Also make welcome to Mini all uppercase so that it is like the header, right? You only see it once and make it all uppercase. Yeah. Great. All right. And I think we don't need a period after that because I don't think it'll look good after a title, right? That's the title of the game. All right. So I think if we run it now, it'll look nicer. And increase the size. There you go. I think it looks much nicer now. Yes. Okay. All right. So find the minimum later on when you hack it one more time, you can also put a space, a blank line before the matrix, right? You have 5 seconds to do it. And then another, you don't have to do it now, later, next iteration. Okay. All right. You want to do it now? Okay. All right. Okay. You have 5 seconds to do it. Full stop after the 5 seconds to do it. Oh yeah. There. No. Where is it? Where did you print the matrix?
Oh, here.
Not there. I think it was above the matrix. Yeah, you have 5 seconds to do it. After you print 5 seconds to do it, print one more new line there. Yeah. No, it says spaces, two spaces around the equals. All right. Okay, you can fix that later. All right. Okay. Now it's obviously more than 5 seconds. Let's see. What is the minimum number there? Yeah. I got to change my glasses. I think it's 14. All right. I think it is 14.
13?
Actually,
I think
13. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. It is 13. But yeah. All right. I'm going to change glasses. Okay. So I can see clearly. All right. Oh, all right. You got the right answer, but be quicker. Sorry. Okay, try run it. What? Run again. Now I think let's see if we can go to the next round. Okay, next round, which will be 6 by 6. It'll be harder. Yeah. Next round. There you go. Right, and also increase the size of the font so that I can see more clearly. Like you guys. Oh yeah, I can read it. I can read it. Okay. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 10. 10. 10. 10. Oh, it was 4? I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I think it works. So you can actually try this. And you can tweak the numbers. You can give users, if you're playing with little kids, maybe you can start with 10 seconds, and then and so on. And it's cool. 4. Wow. Okay. I don't know who can get the biggest matrix here. I failed on the very first round. We'll try one more time. Let's say someone else, okay? Not everyone. So raise your hand. One person is going to have a go now, okay? We're going to see how much you can go. What's the biggest matrix you can go? Who wants to play? No, not now. Right? Don't run it now. Let's find out who's going to play, and then you can start running it, okay? Who wants to play now? Raise your hand if you want to play now. Only one person. Nobody wants to play? All right, Erica. Okay, so Erica's going to play as soon as you hit run. I think it'll print it out, and then your clock will start. Okay, so keep going. We want to see who gets to the biggest matrix. Okay, go.
I swear. 16? 8. 6. Dead. Okay. I took that.
Okay, one more time.
Okay.
Okay, she was just getting mentally ready. Just run one more time.
Yeah. That's what it was. 5. 18. 5. It's 5.
Okay.
Jeez. 18. 5. What? All right. Well, that was cool. I got 3.
I see.
I think it's you
Right, okay.
5 here.
You're fine. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. Good job. I think. I mean,
So,
you
but
seem pretty
Erica went
fast.
to level 2. Erica went to level 2. Anybody else want to try and be brave enough to say, I'm going to face off with Erica and go to level 3? Anybody wants to have a go? Who wants to go try to see if they want to go to level 3? All right, Mohammed. Okay, he looks very confident. Okay, all right. So when you say go, Roger will hit the run button. Okay, when you say go, he'll hit the run button.
I go. 8. 8.
Hey,
Sorry. It's my fault.
All right.
It's my fault.
All right, okay.
I didn't hear clearly.
My fault.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Oh,
okay. Listen to what,
sorry.
3. 3.
Wow, you're really lucky.
Wait, can you scroll down? Wait, I can't see him.
No, you could have gone to the next level. I think if you said 3 again, you would have gone to the next level.
Oh no, I couldn't see all the words, all the numbers. I didn't cut off.
Huh? I'm not.
Oh wait, that's my bad. I thought it cut off at the bottom. Like I thought it cut off.
Oh, it got cut off for you?
Yeah, I couldn't see all of it.
I see. Well, let's try one more time, okay? Maybe he'll get it this time.
Wait,
okay?
why is it the same number for all of them?
Yeah, for you, why is the same number?
It was the same.
What the same number? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Obviously the same.
Yeah, I was thinking that for mine too. It was always 5, and this one was always 3.
Yeah.
You know what we should do is do 3-digit numbers, okay? To change number of digits to change max number to 1,000. Change max number to 1,000. Sorry, max now. Line 12.
Line 12. What's now?
1,000 and set width 3. Set width 3, not set width 2. On line 28. Okay, now I think there's a better chance that you'll get more dispersed numbers, because with 8 by 8 you're already looking at 64 and there's only 100 numbers. The chances are very high that you'll get one of these small numbers. Okay.
Oh, I think it's really a problem. That's the
What?
the number exactly the same. 82, 585, 585.
Oh, it's exactly the
200,
same.
yeah, it's
Exactly the
exactly
same.
the same.
Oh, that
So
is
I think
funny.
it's
That
The
is so
minimum
funny.
number.
it's really. And we have a
Oh, yeah. Of course.
here. Perhaps
Yes. I know why.
that's
I know
what
why.
we should move it here, right? Inside the while loop, right? I think we should move this line inside the while loop. right?
No. We should never have SRAND inside a while loop. Okay.
Do
So
we even
that's not
need
the
a
reason.
seed?
Since
Do we even need a seed if we're like trying to get different ones each round anyways?
Yeah, because if you don't seed it, every time you run the game, you'll get the first matrix will always be the same. Oh, all the sequence of numbers will always be the same. But I know why. I know why you're getting the same number. Okay, it's slightly tricky, but it's a very good reason. Okay, it's a very good reason, and it's very instructive because this is a bug that you'll run across many times later on. So if you want to take like let's say 1 minute, okay, 1 minute just to look at the code to see why that's happening. I'll give you 1 minute. After that, I'll tell you what's going on, and it'll be very clear. So until then, if 1 minute, okay. So you want to look at the code and find out.
oh, I know, it's always we always push back the generational number, but we always use the first in time scene.
So I think what Roger is saying is that, well, unless someone else wants to have a guess also, right? So we have his guess. Anybody else wants to also guess what's going on? Right. Anyway, I think what he's saying is that we're stuffing these randoms into our vector, but there's no place where we're actually clearing the vector. Right? And so the old numbers are still there. So all you need to do is as soon as you enter the while loop, you just say numbers.clear. Enter, and yeah, there you go. Numbers dot, I think it's clear. Is it clear? Someone should Google and find out. But I think numbers.clear will work. Yeah. Okay, great. Now you'll get different numbers each time for sure. Okay, Mohammed, go. What happened? So something happened here. Oh, their server is down or something. Or here's what you should do as soon as this happens. Okay, click in the code one more time. Click inside the code, anywhere in the code. Click in the code. Click command control A. Grab the whole thing. Don't run it. Control A. Put it in your clipboard. Control C and put it in your clipboard. Okay, because I've had this happen in the past when I'm dealing with a remote server and the remote server hasn't saved your code and it crashes. And then you have to make a new connection and your code is gone, right? So now you have the code in your clipboard. What you can do now is just refresh the whole page. You have it in your clipboard, right? This code is in your clipboard. Refresh the whole page, or you open a new tab, go to online GDB, paste the code. You'll get a new connection, hopefully to a new container, right? New server, and you can open a new tab and go to online GDB again, right? Online GDB, right? And now control A and paste, control A and then paste. Right now, now if you run this, Mohammed, be ready. Okay, as soon as he hits the run button, you're ready to go. Yes. Okay, all right, good. So yeah, tell him when to hit the run button.
49. 49.
Oh, it's too slow. All right, run again. Rishi, you got to you got to enter it as soon as he says. Run again.
How do you put it here? Yeah. Since I have the shares.
61. 130 and a 77.
Wait, it's not quite right. What is the minimum? Not 77?
Oh, it's 36, maybe.
Where is it?
Underneath 973, like.
Where's 973?
It's a-
Oh yeah, 36. 36.
Oh.
Wow, I totally missed that. You know, I thought it was 92. I thought it was 92, but
Oh,
it's really
okay.
cool. It's really cool. 36 is right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
It is actually
you
pretty
know,
fun.
different.
Definitely a lot harder with 3 values.
It's a lot harder with 3, right? Yeah, and also it gets harder and harder because you know, the rectangle gets bigger and bigger too. So, but you can play with this, right? You can play with this and modify this game to suit your, you know, kid brothers and sisters. So yes, you can do these things, and they can also play this on iPad. You can, because this is working on online GDB, right? You can just go to this URL on an iPad and give it to your you know, kid brother and sister and say, you know, what is the minimum? What is the minimum? So multiple faculties are getting engaged, and you know, visual recognition, all these things. So I think it's really cool. But you can adapt it more. You can adapt it more by saying, you know, you start off like Erica did, right? You start off with a wallet, and then if you win, your wallet doubles in size. Or if you lose, then you lose like a lot of money, whatever. You know, you can play around, knock yourself out. I think the scope for creativity is high with this. So well, I don't know if there's more we can do to this program. What time is it? We have almost an hour. Okay, we have almost an hour. How about this? How about this? What we can do is we want to do some more stuff with arrays, right? How about this? I'll just take a poll, right? What I'll think of while you guys are playing with this program and maybe making changes and fiddling around. Everybody can have their own copy and try and say, hey, and maybe Hannah could say, hey, can we play my version of the code, right? And then Vijay could say, okay, well, I'll stop sharing, so Hannah could share, and then so you could all have your own version and play now. While, you know, give me some 10 minutes or so when I can start thinking about what you guys want to do next. What do you want to do next? Do you want to do more problems that in more little projects that involve arrays? Arrays. We won't do functions, okay? We can do arrays. Well, our inventory is very limited. We have arrays, we have looping, and we have control structures and arrays. That's all.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since you can use like for loops and while loops, like, are switches ever really useful?
Yes, they are. Well, switch is not compared to loops. Okay, switching is not loops. A switch is basically a branching statement, an if statement. So, for example, if I wanted to say something like, if here's a classic example. Okay, if a score, if grade, right? Yeah, if trophies equals 10, right? Grade equals I don't know, A. If trophies equals 9, grade equals B, right? And so on and so forth, right? I have 10 of those. So I can write it as, if you guys want, we can do a quick example of, you know, an if statement that we can convert into a switch. How about that, right? We can do that. If so we can save that anyway. We don't have to do it now, Vijay, but a switch is basically just a replacement for lots and lots of if-else statements, where the condition in the if-else is a very specific kind of condition, where you're not saying less than, greater than, and things like that. That switch cannot do, right? If you have a value and say, is this value equal to that? I'm going to do this. Otherwise, I'm not. It's else if this is equal, right? If, else if, right? That structure is what is mirrored in the switch statement. It is a computational efficiency too, because you can also use else if, but else if takes up so much more space on your program. Yes. And it's, you know, cumbersome and so on. Switch is much nicer. So in those cases, we can use switch. I'll leave you to do a little bit of research about the switch statement. Otherwise, when I come back, we can do a little program that uses if you know, switching, right? We can use switches in a program and do that. Unless, you know, and also we can work on other things too, right? Does anybody else have anything else that they'd like to try out? Certainly switch statements. We'll do switch statements examples. Control structures. We can do something with, you know, we've done while loops, for loops. We can try something with do while loops. I don't know. I actually don't like do while loops, you know, for some reason. Do while, why don't I like do while loops? I don't know. Because the condition is, you know, further down. You don't know when it's going to exit.
Because
I don't know.
like do the stuff anyways with a for loop, like kind of.
Sometimes you cannot do things with a for loop or a while loop, and you actually do need to do while loop. For example, when you have to print something, when you have to execute the loop at least once, right? At least once, because while and a for, there's a chance the body may not be executed even once, right? Because if the condition is false, you won't even enter. But some situations, when you say you want to go through it at least once and then make the decision whether to repeat more times, then a do. But there are fewer situations like that, I think, in general. Okay, so we won't do that. So how about now, for about 5 or 10 minutes, you guys play around with this program that Roger wrote, not this one, right? The previous one, and then take a copy of the program. Maybe Roger can share the link, and then you guys can take that link and fork it and then make your own changes and say, hey, I've got my version, can we play? I've got my version, can we play? Right? You can do that too, or you can add your own bells and whistles, add more stuff, interesting things, and all of that is up for grabs. And I will think of something we can do, at least with a switch statement. Okay, I'll try and see if we can do switch statements. All right, so let me give you like 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll just go make a coffee and think about what we can do next, and I'll come back. Okay, if you just want me to come back sooner, just say, Anand, come back and we have a question, that's fine, or something's not working, that's fine too. But share code now, share this code and share the code and hack it. Each one can make their own personalized hacks, right? You can even change messages. That's one way to do it, right? If you once, here's an example. I want to make changes to this program, downloaded it. What do I change? I don't know what to change, right? Easiest way is to break the ice. Break the ice meaning I want to start doing something so that I start doing it, right? It says put it right in the first paragraph in an English essay. That is the hardest. So you want to say, well, you know what? Let me first change all the prompts. So maybe you say, I don't know how to change the logic, but I'm the first on line 25, I might say, instead of saying find the minimum number, I'm going to say, dear player, find the minimum line. That's all, right? So I'm going to make that change. Any change at all. When you make it, the program slowly starts becoming yours. And when it's yours, you'll feel a lot more confident about making more changes. People are always reluctant to go and fiddle with someone else's stuff, right? Say, right? But the way to do it is to make it yours. And the way to make it yours is to start making little changes first, right? And see that it doesn't object to making little changes, then it's okay, you can make bigger changes. And your mind will be freed up to do these things, okay? Right, so why don't you guys do that for about 5 or 10 minutes, I'll come back when I have an idea. And call me if you guys want. Oh yeah, Charlene is back too. Charlene is back. And so she can take a copy of this code that she wrote, and then someone else has been modifying it afterwards. So it's already 2 players, two programmers working on this code, right? So it's a group project almost at this point, right? So it's fun. It's fun to work together on a software project. But always I say that, but not in questing. Although programming is supposed to be a group activity, but questing is not, and because you need to know how to do some stuff on your own first, then it's better to work with other people. It's not good to work with other people before knowing how to do it ourselves. Okay, all right, great. So I'll turn the laptop around and you guys can have a field day with this code, okay? Take your own copy, and if you're not feeling confident enough to change it, you can ask your classmates too, right? Hey, I want to do this, can someone talk me through this code? I want to do this. And there are lots of people in class, okay, who will be able to help you. And if nobody, I'll come and help you too. All right, so 5 or 10 minutes, go have at it. Well, Charlene was here and she's disappeared now. Oh, she's here.
I've already put the link inside the chat.
Question. Does anybody know if using the time as a timestamp is if you could get seconds with that, or do you need to go use clock? right? Because like if we use like if you like print out elapsed time, it'll be an integer. But if you also wanted like the milliseconds, could we still use, would we still modify like using time, or do we need another function? Is time precise enough to get the milliseconds, I guess?
I think he mentioned that you have to use the
Clock, right?
clock. Yeah.
Okay, I thought so, but I was trying just in case. Thank you, Amrata. Thank you, Ruji. That was helpful.
So what do you really want to get the milliseconds? I don't really know how to get the milliseconds.
Yeah, you mentioned clock last time.
Let's see times. Oh yeah, here. This is
There it is.
this is sounds to be a very small. Yeah, it's in seems to be an integer that returns milliseconds. Let's go up here first. Yeah, clock.
How's it going? You guys,
I think we're trying different stuff on our own. I'm trying.
oh, great. Okay. I was just worried that you guys are checked out. Okay. If you guys are doing stuff on your own, that's great. You just have to call me. Okay. I don't want anyone to get bored or drop off. So if you're working on your own stuff, that's the best.
I'm trying to get. I'm just trying to get like third clock teen here. I've added some like small things. What are you guys working on?
Great. Okay, so I'll leave it to you. Okay, I'll leave it with you guys. Just I'll just be on response mode now. Unless anyone calls me, I'm not going to come in.
What are you guys working on?
I think Antonio mentioned in the chat like adding like the extra time as the level increases. So maybe like you can do that, but then have like the user enter if they want like easy, medium, or hard level. So like on the easy level, you'd be able to like increase the time, but then the hard level would just be what we have right now.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, easy mode for this because I don't know. So I just panic and pick a number.
should I still share the screen or share the screen or stop it? Since I think everyone work on their own
Yeah.
own version.
What are you working on, Riji?
I'm looking at some things. So should I still share the screen?
I don't think you have to anymore.
Okay.
So I think you shared the link anyways. Anybody want to talk about what they've been working on? To add those seconds, Antonio. Oh, nice. I mean, same. I think I got clock to work, but also I don't think it's right. Yes. Definitely took more than 5 seconds, but then it's saying I got it in 5.6 e to the negative 5. I'm like, that's not right. That's super cool, Hannah. random question. But my clock works, yay. But it does display it in like scientific notation, which is probably ugly for the user. But I guess I don't know how to like restrict it. Is that what I said I'm probably looking for? Like restrict the number size? It's a float, but would I need to restrict the float size or to make it not give me scientific notation?
Are you doing anything right now? Like, or is that just like what it's giving when you just use clock?
I think it's what it's giving. I can show you what I have. Let's see. Tell me if it shares ugly. It's given, or maybe I should have. Maybe I should advance that. Is that too small for you guys to see? Does it share okay?
It's so small to read. Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, are you gonna show? Okay, hold on. Maybe really janky and do this very janky. Okay. Like that. Is there like a nicer way to, would I need to use the print statement to kind of make that nicer, maybe?
I think so. I think I just searched it up and it said that like this one is using like clock ticks and then like you can like change it to clocks per second by just like dividing it and it gives like a nice float.
I thought I was doing that though. Like
Oh, that.
where,
Oh, maybe you have to, I don't know, here like there's like a parentheses around the float like variable. So like, yeah, maybe like that might affect it.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Or like it's like before the slash. So it's like,
oh, I see what you mean. That's okay. I didn't even catch that. Let's see if it works. Thank you. Okay. You really slow. I take forever to do this. 104.
yeah.
All right. Let's see. More than 5 seconds, which probably has been more than 5 seconds now. Okay. Not 104.
14.
14. Yeah. Yes. You.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's so kind of like ugly. Is it because it's not like less than a second that it's doing this? Maybe.
No, I mean I can send you this. Did you use this like example?
Yeah.
Like it looks similar, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I found a bunch of examples online and like where's my, so like there's my clock. Or I have it all, my clock things.
Oh, wait. What are you storing? It looks like when they're like in this example, like the variable itself, like like the data type, it's clock_t.
Huh? Oh yeah, I have it at the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I had it initially inside of it, and then all the examples like had it at the top. So I'm like, let me just, who knows, maybe that. But yeah, I do have clock t elapsed time at the top, and then elapsed time equals clock, and then I call it again, subtract it, and then I use the float divided by clocks per sec.
And what does it give you the clicks if you don't do like the dividing? Does it give you the clicks correctly?
If I don't do the dividing, I think it just gives me into like the integer. Let me just delete you. Okay, let's get this right. 132.
Yeah. I don't think those are seconds. Those are like the clicks. But I don't know why it's not like converting properly.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Did you imported like the include time.h at the top?
Yeah, I imported include time.h. Yeah, I had the time.h. Then I initialize clock here. And then I have, sorry, I'm just kind of like pulling you. And then I have,
Okay. And what did you have before, like when you were printing it? Like, it was like the float variable divided by the clocks per second, right? That's weird.
It is, right?
It's clocks per second. Did you have that before?
Probably. I probably just
probably, yeah.
I could, maybe I didn't. Who knows? 24.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. The last prof. Thank you for helping.
Sorry, I couldn't help more. Maybe it's just like some sort of like setting and you have to do something else to like change it from scientific. I think maybe it's working correctly, but it's just not like printing out nicely.
Yeah, maybe something like that. No. Thank you though. Yeah, something's buggy, like Namrata and Antonio said. Thank you. Maybe I'll ask prof at some point. How's clockwork? But if anyone need help on anything that isn't super complicated.
How's it going? Are you guys still working on something? You can work for as long as you want, okay? I'm not going to switch off anything. But yeah, I just want to make sure that you guys are okay.
I had a question actually.
Yeah, sure. What is it?
So I was Namrata was helping me earlier try to figure it out.
Mhm.
But and Antonio had some suggestions. But I was trying to incorporate clock so I could have the
Oh, I see. Milliseconds and all?
yeah, and it's working, but it's printing out as like scientific notation, and that's probably kind of ugly on the user end.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So you just
I
want to
would-
print two decimal places, right?
yeah, yeah. So I wasn't trying to get clock to do that.
No. You can get clock to do it. You can get the whole value. Whatever clock that delta you calculate, the difference of clock 1 minus clock 2 or clock 2 minus clock 1, that's a double. If it's not a double, if it's clock type, you can typecast it to a double, and it'll be a double.
But then like to at least like in the examples, like when it prints clock, it has like it makes it do like a float and then divide by clocks per sec. Is that
Yeah, okay. If it's a float, you can basically just print it like a float with set precision 2.
oh, so because I tried set width and it was also weird.
No, not set width. I think it's set precision for float, the decimal places.
Would I do that inside that C out? So it prints.
Yes. In the C out, just like instead of set W, you'd say set precision.
Oh, okay, like before I do the float, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me just try that real quick to see if it works before. Set precision to this work. Let me see. I got it wrong. Okay, hold on. Wait, more than 5 seconds.
Antonio, you good?
It's still doing that.
It's
Okay.
not doing that?
It's still
Well,
doing.
why don't you share your screen?
Yeah.
Why did
okay.
you share your screen?
Okay.
Where is the place where you do the
Well,
yeah, where do you print? You got it in so many seconds.
right here on the bottom. You got it in.
Set precision 2.
This is all my clock things.
Yeah, that looks all right to me. Set precision. Maybe you need to combine both set width and set precision. No, but if you run this, you should get, you should only print two places of precision. Why are you getting right now?
Is that like okay? Like, 'cause this is what it's printing.
No, that's not right. That's not right. You can't say, a scientific notation to users.
Yeah, right. That's kind of weird. But
yeah.
I feel like
yeah, that looks all right. Float, divide. Does she need to add the fixed? Oh, yeah. So look at something. Antonio said something in chat. Fixed. Yeah, I think you need to add fixed, the keyword fixed, right? So before set precision, before the word set precision, add fixed. Yeah, like exactly what Antonio was suggesting.
Oh, fixed.
Yeah, right now.
All right, let's see if you work. Okay. 9. Contingent on getting this correct.
There you go. It's correct. But your difference is somewhere. It's wacky, but it's doing the right format now. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So 0.6. So you got to find out what's going on there with 0.
Okay.
I think maybe it's the dividing by clocks, seconds per tick or something like that. Something is wacky there. So you can figure that out.
Okay. Yeah. I think that I can probably figure out like what's the subtraction. Okay. Thank you. At least it's in the right format.
Yeah.
I also had a question earlier.
Thank you, Antonio.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Antonio. Antonio and Namrata helped a lot.
Awesome.
Do you have any questions, Antonio, for Professor? His
microphone is still bust.
Yeah. That really sucks. But yeah, I did have a question after Antonio, but I'll let him go first.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Okay, there we go.
Cool.
Me- All right. Can you guys see this here?
Yes.
So I'm trying to create 3 different levels. And based off the levels, it'll have different time allowances.
Oh, cool. All right.
Oh,
here, you could use a switch statement like who wanted it? Erica wanted a switch statement, but we won't do it
This would
now
be the
because all
scenario.
students are gone. Yeah, students are gone, but you could try that. Okay, yeah. What was your question?
So my first thought is easy equals 1, medium equals 2, hard equals 3. So I
Okay,
created
yeah.
Switch statements. There it is.
And
Yeah.
just to ensure that the level is printing right, I added this statement as well.
Great.
But the issue is it doesn't work. So
What's going on?
if I did level 1 for easy, it should be 10 seconds. So I have 10
Right.
seconds.
Yes.
I don't know why that's been doing that.
Yeah, I think the servers are overloaded at some point.
But so if I run it one more time and I try
Okay.
level 2, it should be 7 seconds.
Okay.
I still get 10 seconds.
Oh, it says you have 10 seconds. I see. That's what you mean. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
take a look at the code. Where does it say?
Wait. It wouldn't matter if it's level equals 1, like the equals inside this expression.
Oh yeah. It needs to be equals, not single equals.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. All right. That's really cool. Yeah. So level. In fact, when you say, I don't know, this is good. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Yeah. I think 10 seconds. I could easily do 10 seconds. I could do that 6x6 matrix. I can easily do in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not asking you to run it now, but yeah, that's really fun because I think that starting with 10 seconds is a good warm up for many people.
Well, yeah, and that way, if a little kid tries to play, they kind of have a better chance. And the other thing
you could do is, do you print the number of seconds they took?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, Eric did. Yeah. So that's also cool. That's cool. This is really cool. I like that. I like the way that you guys are taking these little opportunities to do some kick-ass stuff. Yeah. A lot of these little things that we're doing in class, once you pick up, if you go to, I told Hannah because she was interested in doing an extra credit project, and I said, one of the things you could do is just basically find out about Swift. Swift is very similar to C++. Okay, and in a lot of ways, it's also simpler. Because it's got a lot of tutorials. It's got a lot of Hello World tutorials, how you can actually make your first Hello World tutorial on your iPad, right? And it's very simple. So I think if you're interested, one thing you can do is first follow one of the online YouTube tutorials to create a very simple Hello World app. All it needs to do is when you click that, it just opens up on the iPad and says, hello, Antonio, hello, right? That's all. That's all it does. Once you have that, that is your framework that you're going to just take away and save in your vault. Because anytime you need to do another iOS project, all you need to do is just grab that and then make changes like you're doing now. So, so these things that you're doing here in class, very easily you can turn them into iOS games. Because, think about it. You just need to print a matrix of numbers on the screen and say 10 seconds. And you can also, with iOS, you can do more things. Here, you see in C++, we're constrained because we have to wait until the person hits the enter key. Yeah. With iOS, you can actually have the clock directly updating on screen where you have 9 seconds and it will be a countdown, right? And increase the pressure on the person too, right? You got the matrix and you got a countdown and you got to hit the number before it gets to 0. So you can do all that very, very easily. And you can just do that game. You don't have to look for making a profit and all, right? Because it's simple apps. You just make the game, release it on iOS. Lots of people will say, if it is a simple game, free game, and doesn't mess with me by looking at my contacts or transmitting information back and forth, everybody's willing to give it a shot. Especially if it's fun. Easily do that and do that. And I was thinking, with HANA, an extra credit project that would turn one of the things that we did before into a game. And I could guide you guys too also. So if you're interested.
That would be really cool, actually.
I don't know Swift, right? It's a long time since I wrote in Swift, but it's not so difficult, right? So yeah, if you have spare time, those are the things that you can invest in. It'll go a long way. It'll go a long way because knowing C++ is good. But after you know C++, there's a lot of things that becomes easy immediately after that, because you learn something really hard. A lot of things will be easy, and people will say, I already know the hard stuff. Why do I need? No, a lot of the easy stuff make it easier for you to deploy the hard stuff that you'll build. So it's good to pick up these additional little skills, and then you'll have a power pack.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds really cool.
Yeah. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased. And think up some ideas, guys, for our next class Tuesday. What are we going to do? The same, so pretty much same, because we can't. Well, next class we'll do functions. Okay.
Yeah.
Think about some ideas. If we have ideas, we'll do that. I'll also try and see if I can come up with something interesting for next class.
Well,
all right. Have a great weekend.
Functions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you next week. Bye. Yeah, you have a question, Erica?
I did have a question. Yeah. I asked earlier, but so for something like, for quest 4, there are a bunch of mini quests back to back, right? And for get AP terms and get GP terms, I was I know that quests reopen at the end, so I'm not going to try to grind to get more points. But when I do go back, when I was when I had my code in the compiler, it passed my get AP passed all the checkpoints, but it doesn't since it passed the checkpoints, it doesn't show my output versus your output to show.
It won't.
I don't know what to go back and fix to get more points because it passed the checkpoints, but
No, you got all the trophies, right? For AP terms, if you got all the trophies, you're good. If you didn't get all the trophies, is when you'll get shown the difference.
Oh, so even if it passed all the checkpoints, because when it after get AP terms, it's oh, you got 2 points or something out of 5.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that means it's right. Whatever I throw at it, it is doing the right thing.
Oh, okay. So that 2 out of 5 doesn't really matter, or is that?
You only got 2 out of 5?
Yeah, but it it passed the checkpoints, so I wasn't sure what happened.
Oh, no, if it passed only 2, if you only got 2 out of 5, that means that you wouldn't have got, what quest is this, by the way?
This is quest 4.
Get GP terms.
Yeah, get AP terms. The other ones were fine, I think. But it would I think I have a screenshot of it, just the compiler.
How about this, Erica? Don't share the screenshot.
Okay.
Take a screenshot and then scrub out the part where the password shows.
Huh?
Right? Just erase it.
Yes, that's a good idea.
And then post it in the Reddit and say, hey, I'm getting this. Well, what should I do to get the remaining points?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that.
Because other people are probably going to get stuck at the same place too. So it'll help.
Yeah, probably just wondering how do I get more points? Because that was I'm not going to I'm gonna just move on because I have the password.
Yeah,
But
yeah, totally.
but I do want to like when I go back, I do want to have an idea of like how to figure out what was wrong to get more points. Because it's not like
Yeah.
showing me anymore. Like what
You can
the
totally post it.
comparison.
Post it. And also the other thing to keep in mind is that you're saying that when I go back, I need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let that weigh you down, because no, the reason I'm saying
Really?
that is because when you do actually come back after having done all these questions, when you actually come back, you won't have that question. You'll actually know what's going on.
Oh.
So because
Okay.
you'll have a lot more experience by then, right? So
That's true.
you don't have to punish yourself now saying, oh, I can't move on until I'm solid on this.
Okay. All right. Okay, that sounds good. I'll post it.
Post it on the
If not,
Reddit. Yeah.
I'll like still message you if like no one responds to it. Okay.
I know I'll take a look.
Okay.
It's there.
Thank
But I'll
you.
give other people a chance, a few days
Yeah,
to
of course.
respond.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my question. And I don't know if Antonio has any more questions for me.
I'm good. I just wanted to listen to that.
Yeah, no, of course. Like I feel like yeah, once people get to quest 4, past quest 4, that's a concern. Are you at quest 4?
I just started quest 4.
Yeah, so it'll
5 and 6. 5 and 6 are so once you get past 5, 6 onwards, it'll start resembling the quests that you'll do in 2B and 2C. Right? Until the first 5 quests are very much like 2A level. I mean, not hard difficulty and all. Right? Difficulty is not going to be more difficult and all, but I think the interaction that you will see from the system will slowly start shifting to what you'll see in 2B and 2C.
Okay.
In the last few quests of 2C, you won't even get any feedback from the system, right? You won't even get told, this is what I was expecting, this is what you got. No, you won't get that either. You'll say, oh, well, you passed or you failed. That's all for each of the mini quests. But that's in 2C. So.
Okay, good to know.
Well, thank you guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye.